My dear child, I want you to slow down for a moment and really listen, not with fear, not with doubt, but with the quiet part of your heart that still hopes even after everything you've been through, because I see you more clearly than you realize. I see the strength you show the world and the exhaustion you hide when you're alone. I see the nights you stayed awake, replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, wondering if you made the right choices, questioning why things didn't work out the way you prayed for. And I want you to know this first and foremost. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not failing, even if it feels that way right now, because growth does not always look like progress, and silence does not mean absence. I have been with you in every quiet moment, in every unanswered question, in every pause where you thought nothing was happening. And even when you felt ignored, overlooked, or unappreciated, I was shaping you in ways you couldn't yet understand. You have been carrying more than anyone knows, responsibilities you never asked for, expectations you didn't create, emotional weight that no one bothered to notice, and still you kept going. Still you showed up, still you tried to be kind, even when life felt unfair, and that matters more than you know. You don't need to prove your worth to me. You don't need perfect words or perfect faith. I understand the doubts you don't say out loud, the frustration you try to stay calm about, the disappointment that settles quietly in your chest. And the truth is, it's okay to be tired. It's okay to feel unsure. It's okay to admit that you don't have everything figured out, because you were never meant to carry everything alone. There are seasons where the work is not visible, where the effort feels unrewarded, where patience feels heavier than action, and this is one of those seasons for you. But this is not the end of your story. It is the preparation, the refining, the part where endurance is built and clarity is formed. Even if right now it just feels like waiting, I know you're asking when things will change, when the breakthrough will come, when the door will finally open. And while I won't rush the timing just to ease the discomfort, I will remind you that nothing you're doing with sincerity is wasted. No tear has gone unseen. No quiet effort has been ignored, and no sincere intention has been dismissed. Sometimes the delay is not a denial, it is protection. Protection from paths that would have cost you your peace, relationships that would have drained you, and opportunities that looked good on the surface but would have broken you underneath. You may not see it yet, but what you're being saved from is just as important as what you're being led toward. And I know it's hard to trust when you've been disappointed before, when promises were broken, when people let you down, when things you believed in didn't last. But I ask you to separate past pain from present guidance. Not everyone who walked away was meant to stay. And not every ending was a loss. Some were a release, some were a redirection, and some were the only way forward. Even if they hurt at the time, you are not weak for feeling deeply, you are not naive for hoping again, and you are not foolish for believing that life can still get better. Because resilience does not mean never hurting. It means continuing despite the hurt, and you have already proven that you are capable of more than you think. There will be moments ahead where things start to make sense, where the confusion clears, where the effort begins to show results. But until then, your job is not to force clarity. It is to stay grounded, to protect your peace, to stop comparing your timeline to others, and to trust that your path does not need to look like anyone else's to be valid. The pressure you feel to have everything sorted out is not coming from me. It comes from fear, from noise, from unrealistic expectations. So release that pressure, breathe, and remember that you are allowed to grow at your own pace. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to rest without guilt, and you are allowed to start again without shame. There's nothing wrong with you for needing time, for needing reassurance, or for needing support, and asking for help does not make you less strong. It makes you honest. I'm not asking you to be fearless. I'm asking you to be faithful to the next small step, the next kind decision, the next moment of self-respect, because transformation rarely happens all at once. It happens quietly, gradually, through choices that don't look impressive, but change everything over time. You don't have to carry yesterday's mistakes into tomorrow. You don't have to relive old conversations or punish yourself for things you didn't know then. You did the best you could with what you had, and that is enough. Forgive yourself for surviving the only way you knew how. Forgive yourself for staying too long, trusting too much, or walking away too late. Those experiences taught you discernment, not failure. And as you move forward, there will be opportunities that align more naturally. People who meet you with the same effort you give, and moments where you finally feel seen without having to explain yourself. But even now, in this moment, before any external change happens, I want you to understand that you are safe to rest, safe to trust, and safe to let go of the constant need to control every outcome. You don't need to have all the answers tonight. You don't need to fix everything today, and you don't need to carry tomorrow's worries into this moment. Allow yourself to be present, allow yourself to exhale, and allow yourself to believe that something good can still unfold, even if the path there is unclear. I'm not measuring you by your productivity, your achievements, or how well you appear to be doing. I am with you in the unseen moments, the quiet choices, and the honest efforts. And when the time is right, things will move in a way that makes you look back and understand why it couldn't have happened any sooner. Until then, stay gentle with yourself. Stay open and stay rooted in the truth that you are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Even in the waiting, even in the uncertainty, and even in the silence, I am here, working in ways you cannot yet see, guiding you step by step and holding you steady as you become who you were always meant to be.